What's up, everybody? My name is Jonathan with J-Wall Photography, and this is my cat Tesla. Guys, today I'm going to be showing you 5 tips to help you break into real estate photography. Real estate photography is a huge market. Whenever I first got my camera, I was doing portraits and everything like that, and I was running myself to death. I started out in my first year, I worked myself to death, and I made a whopping $21,000. I know that might seem like a lot, but not when you've got $10,000 in camera gear and you've worked 40, 50 hours a week every week for that. Soon as I started doing real estate photography and I used these 5 tips that I'm going to teach you today, he doesn't want me anymore. I took my business from $21,000 to well over $100,000 in less than 2 years. You can do it too if you follow these 5 tips. Tip number 1 is to have the right gear. This one might seem obvious, but a lot of people don't get this one. Realtors will go out and try to buy kit cameras and kit lenses and think that that's going to work. It's not going to work, so you need to be the expert on this. The first thing you're gonna need is a full frame camera. If you don't have a full frame camera, you're gonna need a massively wide lens to make up for the crop factor. So, first one, get a full frame camera. Second part is to get a lens. Get a lens that is at least 11 millimeters. The wider the better in these scenarios. Do not buy fisheye. Look for something that has a rectilinear lens, such as the IRIX lens that I use. You can check it out in the description below. If you buy it from Amazon, you'll be helping me out, and it doesn't cost you any extra. The next thing you're gonna need for this is a tripod, a stable tripod. You cannot handhold a lot of houses because your shutter speeds have to dip really low to get enough light in there. If you try to handhold them, they're gonna look terrible. The last thing you need is a light. You need a light of some sort. I use this one, the Explorer 600. This light is incredible and it gives me a 180-degree field of view, or field of flash, I should say, on my light. This lets me be in complete control. It doesn't matter the conditions. I can overpower it in any condition. You want to get a good light to go with this. So get yourself a good camera, a good lens, a good tripod, and a good flash, and you're already most of the way there. Step number 2 is to practice. You need to find a way that you can access a house, preferably a vacant house, and practice. You can even practice on your own house. How I did this originally was I asked my realtor friends if I could go in their house and take photos for them. In exchange for the time, I gave them the photos for free. Now this is an investment because this turned in, like I said, to a pretty big business by me giving away a few free photos. After I did the first time, the same person who let me do these photos for free now hires me all the time to do this. Step number 3 is to network with as many realtors as possible. Leverage your LinkedIn profiles, your Facebook profiles, and add all the realtors you can. That way, whenever you post a special about your houses or you're showing your work, they're gonna know that you offer the best of the best, and they're gonna come to you. I've never spent a marketing dollar on my real estate photography. Everything I do is 100% organic, and it comes from word of mouth referrals. I do this because I network. At the end of business, I ask the person, if you know anybody else selling their house or any other realtors who need nice photos, let them know I do this work. You will be surprised at how far that gets you. Now, the next step is a little bit tricky and is gonna require some research. Step 4 is you need to offer it at the right price. This is really, really weird because it's kind of counterintuitive. The bigger the city you work in, the less you're gonna make. The smaller the place you work in, the more you're gonna make. And here's why. Whenever you're in a large city, there's a lot of competition who can do exactly what you do, and they're going to try to undercut you. The other thing with pricing is be creative with it. One thing that I do that is really neat is that I offer credits for my realtors. I have over a dozen realtors that buy credits from me and they never expire. So what I do is I give them a discount. If they buy 20 houses from me and they pay it all at once, I give them like a $10 or a $20 discount per house. What's nice about this is the realtors will want to use the credits because they've already paid for them, and it keeps my employees working. I've also done models where I charge per the square foot, I do flat rates. I try to keep it fresh for my clients, and I also try to make it accessible to different people. Number 5 is to deliver usable files. Now this one might sound obvious, but you'd be surprised at how many people fail at this and cost themselves business. So for instance, you need to research how the MLS in your area accepts files. Now it's gonna be a JPEG file, but at what size are they allowed to upload? You need to do the work for your realtor on this, or for your person selling their house on this. They don't need to get a file, then have to resize it. 2 things are gonna happen with this. 1, they're gonna be mad at you, because that's a lot of work. 2, they're gonna make your photos look terrible. They're gonna resize it and they're gonna squish it, they're gonna compress it, and you're gonna get all this lossy images. So 1, you're losing business from them, and 2, you're losing business from other people that see that work and they're like, oh yeah, Jonathan shot this house for me. And it's gonna make you look bad, even if your name's not Jonathan. Sorry, hit the mic. Step number 6, I know what you're thinking. Jonathan, you said this was 5 steps. Guys, this is a bonus, it's free, don't complain. Just hit the like button right now. Right now, hit the like button. Step number 6 is to have fun with it. You get to do something that a lot of people wish they could do. You get to drive around in your car, you get to shoot photos, you don't have a boss lurking over you all the time. You get to edit these photos while jamming out to some Bob Marley. It is awesome. And guys, that's been 5 tips to break into real estate photography. Go Tesla, be free. Oh, I'm making my dog mad.